What's up, guys? As always, disclosures. This is for entertainment purposes only. Nothing in this video should be taken as investment advice or, legal advice. We're here just to have a good time, shoot the shit, talk about stocks and things like that come into my head. And yeah, let's get into it. So, disclosure, I am long MoneyGram. I have a whole bunch, I think about 203 $19, $15 calls on MoneyGram. We talked about this several weeks ago, and I want to highlight it before we go into GameStop because we got a, vindication for our, MoneyGram bet. Today, it went from 942 up to 1143, and this is a huge deal. So a $2 increase, about a 25% increase, 21% increase for the month. For the day here, what do we have? We had, oh, that's the day right there, 21% increase. But just this chart is just amazing. So looking at the month, you can see it was 1 month ago, down 727, and it's been a steady increase over this last month. And I've highlighted this in other videos. I've told you to buy MoneyGram. This is my favorite long shot stock. I love this stock. This stock is amazing, severely undervalued even at these current prices. And I do think that $15 is still dirt cheap, and it definitely will get there by 319. 100% certain on that we'll get there by 319. And like I said, I think I believe I have 200 calls on this. So let's talk a little bit about why. And you guys can do your own research on MoneyGram more, but the main reason is that they are essentially PayPal, but a different company, and they're a smaller company. So PayPal is one of the biggest, money transferring companies. You can see their financials. We go through this in the other videos. They were going downhill. They had a horrible 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019. Horrible, horrible, horrible. But they turned it around. New CEO, changed out stuff, trimmed the fats, as I like to say, improve profit and margins and so forth. So the 2020 is like, zoots, you see a big upward trend there on the MoneyGram. And also, one of the key metrics right now a lot of people are looking at is, Wall Street Bets and Reddit, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, all these social media platforms for information on stocks. Like, people are talking about stocks and they're hyping stocks up and they're doing a lot of, quote unquote pump and dump type things. But realistically, they're just telling people about stocks that they like and they enjoy. Some are kind of shady and pumpy and dumpy-ish. Of course, there's definitely some bad actors out there. But a lot of the people are actually just talking about stocks that they actually like and enjoy. And, well, no one talks about MoneyGram. If you search on Wall Street Bets, you will not see MoneyGram. If you do a search on Reddit, if you type in MGI, you will almost never see any MoneyGram, posts on here. And same thing, if you do a Google search, you see almost nothing about MoneyGram. There is no chatter or hype behind this on Twitter, Reddit, TikTok, and there's very, very little any hype behind this. And so the fact that MoneyGram was able to organically grow over time with little to no resistance is a sign that the smarter investors saw the company's financials, saw what they were doing in the last couple quarters, and realized this is a significantly undervalued company, and they are buying. And, they're just getting away with highway robbery here, guys. So check out MoneyGram. Do your research. Look for information on MoneyGram. There won't be that much information out there. And the best thing is there's no hype. So let's jump into GameStop now. GameStop has a ton of information going on right now. Wall Street Bets is just exploding with stuff because tomorrow, 2/18, is the trial. The SEC will be going to trial with DFV and Robinhood, and then also like Citadel, like all the big time players are going to be on trial. It's going to be live on like the government channel where you can watch it on TV. They're going to have recordings all over the place. So there's so much stuff, and then people have been posting their kind of like statements. So here's testimonials, and then of course these are memes. This is not his actual testimonial, but there's just a lot of this kind of stuff going around. We have the remarks have been released, like, the written remarks from different players. And so they're dissecting and going through all of this stuff. And unfortunately, GameStop is actually still going down. We did predict GameStop would go down, that this kind of trend would continue to happen, so I haven't been talking too much about this because nothing out of the ordinary. I told you what was going to happen to GameStop. I told you that this stock was going to go down to, like, I believe the 15 to 20, maybe 25, $30 range. It's holding stronger than I thought, so I thought we'd actually already be closer to this $25 range right now. We are definitely seeing a lot of diamond hands. A lot of people are, in this forever, and they are holding really steady. Like this, the low today was 44.86, it looks like, and then it recovered up to 46.40 in the after hours. So people are still, hardcore believers, but at this point, we have some problems. We talked about this in other videos. There is a lot of put options that are expiring that are in the money this week on 2/19. So that is going to just push downward pressure on the stock. From what I understand, I am no expert in the stock market. I started investing in the stock market just a few months ago. About, December was when I started investing in the stock market. I definitely do not know everything or anything, but this is what I understand from this and the countless hours of research that I've done is that if there's more puts than there are calls and the puts are in the money, the puts will do kind of a reverse gamma squeeze downwards and they will drag the stock downwards. So that is what I understand, and that is what we predicted for the last couple of weeks. And you can see those things have actually happened. So I'm feeling pretty good with my predictions. And we did talk about this, and I'm still feeling really good about this, that in the week of 2/22, we might see a recovery. So 2/22/23, we might see a recovery starting around this time frame. And then we did talk about the big catalysts. This trial could be a game changer. The trial, depending on what the SEC does and rules on and decides. I don't think they're going to decide anything tomorrow, but we'll find out. But this is definitely a huge morale boost. And then DFV also pretty much said that he's still holding right now, that he is still bullish on GameStop stock. So he has not gone away, supposedly based on his statements. So this trial is a very, very important milestone for the GameStop saga and is definitely nowhere near over. It does suck for people that bought in at higher levels, at 300, 250, 400 even. Like, yes, it definitely does suck. You might not get back to that level anytime soon, but this is still significantly up. If you look at the chart, GameStop is still significantly up in the 1-year chart from before this pre-mania craziness. It was about a $10 stock, $4 stock, somewhere around there. $4 for the first half of the year. The latter half of the year got to about $10 in September and December. And now we're still at $45. We're seeing a significant increase in value, and it's not going, like, you're not seeing this just torpedo down. There's also been a lot of discovery that has happened that the shorts probably hasn't actually closed. They have just mitigated their short position to a ETF fund, which I'm not 100% certain on what this is, but this is a fund that has 50 different stocks, for example, and GameStop is one of them. And then they have a certain percentage in this fund, and you throw money into it, and then they go and buy or sell said stock based on the fund and the weight that each stock is in those funds. So they've done a lot of detective work on Wall Street Bets, and they've found that the shorts most likely are still royally screwed, and they have not fully covered. There's still a lot of shorts. This also was a huge, huge, huge data thing that came out. The SEC posted this data, shows that $359 million worth of GameStop shares failed to deliver. And I'm not going to go through everything in here. You can read this article. It is linked down below for you. But the data is crazy. It shows that there were so many outstanding shares that were shorted and that were, missing because they did not have them. They didn't have the ability to go and buy them. They weren't going to pay the $300, $400, $500. They're just like, screw it. We're going to be defiant and we're not going to do what we're supposed to be doing. We're going to fail to deliver our shares. And we're going to just take the fines and the fees and the losses, etc. So then they shut it all down, and this is just so mind-blowing. So it's like the 28th, 27th is the highest amount of failed to deliver, and if you remember, the 28th is when GameStop got shut off on Robinhood. You could not buy GameStop because they didn't want anyone else to buy more shares. They needed to cover, they needed to get out, they needed something to help them. So the SEC's data shows just the pure manipulation by, Robinhood, hedge funds, these big peoples. So let's see. We're getting information that the SEC is corrupt as hell as also, so we don't know how much help they will actually be. There probably will end up being, lawsuits against the SEC for not imposing their, the rules and letting this stuff slide, because there's so much just craziness that has gone on with this GameStop saga, where the SEC has been asleep at the wheel essentially and letting just everything illegally happen, being able to not deliver $350 million in shares, or is this even 350 million shares? $350 million worth of shares caught in limbo. More than 1 million shares were deemed failed to deliver that day, either to the buyers lacking cash to complete the purchase or sellers not having the shares to settle the trades. So horrible, horrible, horrible numbers for the SEC and for the brokerages. Great numbers for retailers, but this doesn't help retailer investors. They're not going to be like, oh, we're going to rewind and we're going to put everything back. No, like, it's already, the ship has sailed, and now we might end up getting a lawsuit from Robinhood or Citadel or SEC and get like, oh yeah, you get $10, you get $20. Like, that might happen, but really, what's the best case scenario here, guys? The SEC is going to slap some fines on some people, and we might get a settlement of $10, $20. We really don't get much out of the SEC investigating and finding out, hey, yeah, we were asleep at the wheel, because everything that they will find if they actually do investigate is that there's a lot of corruption, and the SEC should have stepped in weeks and months ago before. So essentially the SEC was at fault for this entire fiasco happening, and it should have never gotten to this point. The SEC should have stopped it well before it got to this point, and the GameStop share price would have actually skyrocketed a lot quicker than January 28th. Anyway, guys, this is the end of this video. Thanks for watching. Check out the links, and I am eagerly excited to check out what is going on in the court case tomorrow. We'll find out some incredibly great information. We're going to hear the arguments from both different sides. Unfortunately, DFV is being sued by several other people and hedge funds as well. So, like I told you before, DFV is going to end up taking the fall for this. He's going to be taking a lot of just punishment. Hopefully, nothing too crazy comes out for that, and he's able to survive with his gains and still, profit and enjoy the movement that he sparked. Because he didn't actually come out to create a movement. He wanted to make money, and that's what he did. He found an opportunity and he took it. And that's what you do in the stock market, is you try to make money. He wasn't trying to be a revolutionary leader and make a let's kill the hedge funds type movement. That was never his intention, at least from my understanding. So yeah, it's a very, very unfortunate thing that DFE is getting scrutinized and attacked from all over for literally doing nothing but posting some YouTube videos telling people that he likes GameStop and that it's a good company and that he's going to put some money behind his words and gamble and say that GameStop's going to be a $20 company in 1 year, or a $15 company in 1 year, when it was $4 at that point. He gambled that GameStop was going to go up, 4 times or 5 times the stock price in 1 year. Things like that. Like, he put his money where his mouth was, and he deserves to be paid off significantly and handsomely. Like, he made, close to $20 million, it looks like, right around now. And he did cash out some of that. He cashed out about 11 million last I checked on his, his information. So he has a significant amount of gains and profit, and rightfully so, from his initial $50,000 bet. Hats off to him, props to him. He is a legend for sure, and hopefully when this is all said and done, history will be written where, DFV is immortalized and not the bad guy in this story. That would just be terrible if history comes down and it's just like written by the suits, and they make DFV as the bad guy, and he went to prison or he loses all his money. That would just be terrible. And I hope and pray that does not happen. You never know with the government and the suits; they're all corrupt to hell. I think almost everyone knows this. I was hoping that the SEC would be nice, but from what I've learned in the past, the SEC is corrupt to hell, and yeah, I'm not expecting much out of the SEC. So, anyway, guys, thanks for watching. As always, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you want more content about, stocks and investing and things like that, what I'm doing. I will talk to you guys later. Today was a very, very fun day for me personally. MoneyGram had this incredible day, and so when you have call options, you see a significant amount of gains for any, nice movement in stocks. So today was a very, very nice day. We also have CCIV, which had a good increase in value. If you're not familiar with that, we are long CCIV. We have call options once again, because I do like to gamble. So call options are my kind of thing. I'd rather be taking gambles on call options than buying just specific shares of the company. So yeah, long CCIV. Hopefully you have checked out CCIV. Hopefully you've checked out MoneyGram, and let's see if we can make some more money with GameStop in the future. It's looking pretty good. It's looking correct in my theory. So we'll see in about 5-6 days if GameStop kind of bottoms out and we can buy back in and make some money off these call options once again. But yeah, that's the play in my opinion. I will talk to you guys later. As always, thanks for watching.